think it's as long as I've gone without making a full video quite some time. A lot happened. My editing program crashed. That was a big drag. I finally had to go out and buy a new editing program and take care of that. I got in a big altercation out in the jungle, and that didn't end too well. And it was time to just step back from things and reevaluate stuff and figure out where I want to go from here. And now I'm back at the grind, but I'm in the middle of I'm getting a new studio. Yeah, so all this back here will change. Just something that's more fitting for what I do, more inviting, welcoming, a more creative atmosphere. Just something to call professional. But anyway, I'm rambling. I guess it's time to get on with this video, huh? At this point, I haven't even watched this clip, so I can't tell you at this point what topic this video is going to be on, what pool topic. It's going to be on pool, of course, and 9-ball, of course. But anyway, let's roll the bean footage. Alright, 1 to the 2, the 2 to the 3, the 3 to the 4 could be an issue. Actually, the 1 to the 2 could be an issue too because of this 6-ball. So 4 to the 5, 5 to the 6, 6 to the 7, gotta be careful here, the 7 to the 8, and the 8 to the 9. The issue with this 1 to the 2 is you don't want to go too long here. You'd rather come up short here on the 2 to shoot it in the corner because you have the 6-ball acting as a rail, so it's a blocker to keep the key ball from getting away from you. The issue is coming down a little bit low on the 3-ball, although I think that's what I wound up doing, is coming off this rail or drawing back to here. The 9-ball and the 6-ball, depending, we're going to wind up hitting the 6-ball, so I don't know exactly where it's going to go at this point. But we're going to have traffic in here, so we have to be careful with that. 4 to the 5 is pretty much on the line. 6 to the 7 and getting back on the 8 is a little tricky. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Let's roll. Yeah, look a little distracted here. What's going on with that? We're just bouncing off this rail coming up on this deuce to shoot it in the corner. You don't want to go high there. You want to stay low. And like I said, we have that 6 keeping everything in check to be able to get back on the 3. Now getting from the 3 to the 4, because of where exactly the 4 is, I'd rather just draw. See, I don't have the angle to just... Yes, see, it's a problem. We're going to have to maneuver around this traffic. We're going to wind up going to the rail here and just bumping the 9 out of the way. That was the key shot there. You don't want to get snookered behind that 9-ball. At this point, all we have to do is go off this rail, and we have the right angle to get on the 5, to get back on the 6. And that was a little dangerous. I almost went too long there, and I could have had a serious problem. But I wind up with the right angle to get back on the 3. Now here's where a lot of players make a big mistake. And it's very tempting to just draw this back an inch and have it have it straight in shot on the 7, but they're forgetting about the 8. And a lot of players do this when they get to the 6, 7, 8, and 9. They kind of just, their brain stops. And they forget that they have to get from that 7 back to the 8. And the 8 is in a kind of a weird spot here. So, you have to be careful here. You still need an angle. We need to get a couple inches down from where the 6 ball is now to have the right angle, and I want to get on this side of the 8. So you'll see me check it where I need to be with my stick here, and that's me checking the angle from the 7 back to the 8 to see how I need to shoot this 6 ball. And that's where I want to be on that angle right there. And you can see that's just a few inches below this 9 ball. And I wound up going a little bit too long. Just an inch or two too long. And that air conditioner just popped on, so we're going to pause it right there. So we have a problem here. We went a little bit too long on that 6 ball, and we should have been up probably another 3 inches, a little bit closer to the 9 ball, to get back and either to bounce off this rail and go to this rail, or draw into position for the angle to get back on the 9. And now we have to go to the short side of the 9. And the problem with this angle here is I can't draw this ball because it's going to draw right into the 8, and it's liable to scratch, and the 8's liable to wind up anywhere, and you're liable to leave yourself a tough shot if you try to draw this ball. So I'm just going to have to shoot that like a wuss all the way down, and with the scratch there, but I wouldn't have shot that if I thought it was going to scratch. I knew it was going to come close. But I don't know where I went here. I think I'm getting another piece of chalk or something. Yeah, I think so. So now I also, with this angle that I'm left with, I can't go to this route. It's going to scratch on this side. So I'm going to have to jack up and draw straight down table here. I'm going to go back after this and go back to that 6 ball and drill a point home to y'all. If you're one of those fast players like I am, sometimes we tend to get a little bit ahead of ourselves. Our brains get a little bit ahead of our bodies. So let's go back here. You've seen a run out. You're in the process of running out. You're waiting on your slow-ass body to catch up to your brain because your brain is making all these calculations super quick. And sometimes we tend to get stupid because our slow-ass body is just not up to our brains yet. And if I had taken another 5 seconds on that shot before I shot that 6 ball, this would not have happened. It would not have been an issue. And this run out would have been a whole lot simpler. So the point I'm trying to make is sometimes it pays to just slow down just a little bit. You don't have to slow down a lot. You don't have to stand there and stare at the ball for 5 or 10 minutes before you shoot. But sometimes we kind of lose something between planning the run out, seeing the run out, and during the process of running out. And then you wind up in this position where this was easy. I had this all figured out. What happened? And it's because we kind of just didn't take another 5 seconds. I'm not telling you to play like freaking mud. I'm going to bore everybody to hell, but sometimes before you shoot, just make sure, is this what you want to do? Because it's just so easy to get there, to get to that 6 ball and say, oh, I just have to stop this ball, or I just have to draw this ball back. And then you get there and you're straight in on the 7 thinking, oh shit, oh hell, this was all so easy and I screwed it up. And how am I going to get on this 8 ball to get back on this 9 ball? So for what it's worth, take that piece of advice and double check. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Double check. Make sure this is what you want to do before you just get down and do it. Don't surprise yourself. Don't get ahead of yourself. Don't let your brain get ahead of your body. Peace, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Let's roll it without me yakking.